I think the fact that I really love learning and keep expanding my mind. And because of that, I keep drawing kind of new aha moments, conclusions, etc., that I want to share with people. And that might not always be just with the topic that I'm known for. It can be in a little bit of new topics, but oftentimes somehow related to the women who are already in my audience. So it's not like, okay, I teach elegance today, but tomorrow I teach you about vaping or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's somehow always a red thread, right? And so that's kind of how I innovate. I try to have a red thread but keep investing in my own brain. I mean, this is what, it should be treated like gold. Like this is your, how can I say, not your trophy, but your most precious crown jewel.
That's it. Your number one asset.
Exactly. And you have to water that plant because that is the plant that's going to, give you longevity. If you don't water it, your fruit is going to die.
What you're saying, though, the concept is actually something that I teach so much. And when I work with my clients, it's almost the most important thing to stay on this platform long term while you're going through different iterations of yourself is to have the same mission. That's what I always say, is that you have a mission, right? There's shared values. There's values that you share with your viewers and your audience. And while your interests might change, your mission, that stays the same. And you're able to change and pivot because you have those shared values. And the problem with a lot of creators is that if they don't end up sharing that with their viewers, sometimes these pivots come at left field and people are, they're like, well, what's going on? So it sounds like you figured that out. It's like there's that role, like you call red thread, right?
That's right.
I always say I've been trying to come up with a name for it too. I always say the mission, but it's true. When I visualize it, it's actually a thread that holds everything together.
Exactly.
And that goes from one brain to the next. So
there are some creators who completely are able to pivot from one weird thing to another. I mean, not weird in a bad sense, but
I have people I work with. I have a good friend and also a client who she switched from doing, pop sockets to, a bunch of different things. And now she does true crime, on the same channel, which is insane.
I was, checking out your bio. And so you said in your bio that you have like a different approach of teaching your clients, right? And it said something, I don't know, the impression I got that you were teaching kind of strategy together with balance or in a balanced way. I thought that was really cool, I must say.
Thank you. Yeah. And so much of like what you're saying, it resonates with me on that too, because you said that, initially when you got started, you're so strategy heavy. And that's what I found when a lot of creators come to me is that they've almost put, you said it too. It's like you created a trap. Yeah. They put themselves in this trap, but it's hard you can't blame people because the algorithm works that way where you would lean into it. And we even say lean into what works, but you have to from the beginning. It starts from the beginning. When you start, be so crystal clear on what your own value system is and what values you're wanting to share. And also that mission I talked about and your own why. So I use that and I weave that into all of my teachings. And that's part of the reason why I love this podcast and I love interviewing people because that's how we're able to have these actually real conversations. It's not just about, what thumbnail, what does your thumbnail look like? There's so much behind every single video that you put up, for you on your channel.
Yes. And as you're catering for women, I think women maybe have sometimes more kind of need for these values and this mission that you're talking about because sometimes I look at some male creators and this is no shame at all. But, there's a bit of like bro marketing going on there, very much hustle culture. And I think, for men, maybe it's more easy for them or more natural for them to be in that element. But I think for us women, we oftentimes need something more. And I think it's good that you're touching on that balance.
Yeah. And that's something that I have this experience of working with so many women and having coached at this point over 1,000 women creators. It's exactly what you said. It's like, it's kind of like shouting from the rooftops. It's like, we don't want to, that's what a lot of people are talking about here is that's not what we want to do. We want to create instinctively, want to create from our own intuition, right? So, and then you say balance. I always say balance because there's a balance. You can't just create from your intuition and be like, well, I don't feel like creating for the next 4 weeks, You have to have a schedule. You have to, you have to get an ROI from your work, right? You have to make money. That's why I love talking about money. But at the same time, I also like talking about our feelings and our intuition and everything behind that, because there is that balance between the two. And in order to stay longevity on YouTube, and in order to not burn out, you have to have that balance, because if you go too much into the strategy and the financials, you're going to burn yourself out because you're going to be doing things that you don't want to be doing. But if you go so much into that intuition and like fluffing it, then you're not making any money.
Exactly. 100%. You're wise, Erika. I second that.
Thank you.